Anyway, about to check out this video. Young Mark, RDC World Mark, he talking about them getting scammed. So let's see what this shit about.
Chat. That shit was fucking peak. I promise you.
Nah.
Don't fool Kenny.
I didn't know, like, the amount of creativity that team put in is fucking stupid, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The amount of creativity, I don't even want to.
I don't know if people know this, but I've said this story a lot of times. One time, I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert at the Little Caesars Arena. And I got so fucked up, I tried to run down. And I don't know why, because I was so far up, but I was so lit. I tried to run all the way down to the floor. And the fucking security guards and shit snatched me up, took me out, bro. I'm arguing with the Detroit Police Department in the front of the Little Caesars Arena. I broke my phone. I took it, threw it at the wall. Bro, I can't believe I ain't go to jail, honestly. They was just like, nah, bro, you just gotta go. Walked out. Didn't know how to get home. Luckily, my man Jabril was there. He ended up just seeing me outside and was just like, hey, bro, you smooth? And I'm like, hell no, I don't know where nothing is. Bro ended up taking me home, thank God. Because who knows what would have happened. And, yeah, that was a night. A terrible night. One of the worst nights. But I saw the Kendrick Lamar concert, and that shit was lit.
For people who going, bro, that shit is crazy, though.
Mr.
That's
Morale,
definitely
Kendrick
a top
Lamar.
performance I've ever seen, for sure. Him and SZA went crazy. And then Justin Bieber came out randomly. And it room?
Dog.
I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Was
I've never seen
actually
that.
shaking
I don't know.
from screams.
I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't hear
The
nothing they
stadium
said.
was shaking.
I feel like if I was, then I wouldn't even know. I don't know. Somebody asked, am I banned from the LCA? Maybe. That's something that's going to have to be found out in the future.
Like, when he was coming out from the bottom and they didn't realize, and then they seen it was Justin Bieber, like, it was so loud that I actually couldn't hear nothing. Like, nothing.
I can't lie. Justin Bieber
The stadium was actually.
he do that. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum. And before anybody say anything, I know. But that's that shit. Oh, yeah. I mean, shit. JB got some slappers, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Like an earthquake. I was like,
JB
what the
got slaps.
Okay.
He came out on Snooze. SZA did Snooze, and then just he got the remix.
Yeah.
He kept, man, them was going stupid, bro.
Going stupid.
Bro, there was this dad that was in front of us, a family, bro. He wasn't like moving his head, bobbing his head, nothing. But when Justin Bieber came out, that said, say yo.
That was going crazy.
That nigga was loud, bro. That boy.
Nigga showed up for the beat.
That nigga was lit.
You said, were you a believer?
Hey,
Nah,
so,
I actually
Ben,
don't listen to Justin that much, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't a believer because I was like 16. Had I been like 10 when Justin Bieber hit the scene, hell yeah. Definitely would have been a believer. But I was like 15. I had already started transcending into a whole different other cameo. Cause that was definitely not me neither. But shit. I used to fuck with NSYNC heavy. And the Backstreet Boys. And what's them one niggas? The other one. Fahrenheit. I was about to say the book. 97 Degrees? Was that their name? I think that's what it was. The boy bands used to be lit. I don't care what nobody say. That shit used to be lit. It ain't lit no more. Diddy fucked it up for everybody.
I respect his music making. Internet is not real, like so serious. Internet niggas hating Justin, but in that stadium, I say,
Hell no.
in that stadium, dog, you thought Michael Jackson walked out that motherfucker. Wait, niggas, yo,
Real spill.
had that bitch shaking. I'm not playing, like the stadium was shaking, bro.
It was
I bet.
majority niggas
Like,
in that hole too.
We gotta start adding this to like curriculum in school. I don't think they don't know what they're doing yet because they gotta add this in curriculum in school. Internet hating is just niggas talking shit. Internet dead ass.
But
Okay.
that's always been hating in general. That's the whole thing about this game, specifically this music game. And I feel this way. I get a lot of people say they like Drake, but do you know how many people I have seen in my life be like, bro, that nigga is the worst. That nigga sucks. Not just older people, but people in my own age group who was coming up at the same time, and they were just like, this nigga is trash. Bro, me and Lil Uzi Vert is like the same age. Me and Playboy Cardi is like the same age. And I fuck with Uzi Vert music more than I fuck with Cardi music. But when I was 19, 20 years old, 21, listening to that shit, I was like, these niggas suck, bro. I hate this shit. If we being for real about shit, bro. So, niggas don't understand what's going on. Sometimes you just so caught up in the shit that you like or the things that you know, you don't understand that it's a whole nother group of people. And especially a nigga like Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Bruno Mars, who been just doing it for decades on decades and transcending from one type of genre of music to another. It's a different level of success that them niggas have reached, bro. Even Katy Perry, I know people give her a lot of hate, but it's like, if Katy Perry was to go on tour right now, that bitch would be sold out, bro. Not just America, in the world, bro. That bitch would be sold the fuck out. So, people gotta understand.
Like, that needs to be taught in school so it does not break down our young men and women's mindsets. Because that's what they're doing on that motherfucker. People take comments very seriously. Obviously, I'll be crashing out comments sometimes too.
Degrees.
Like,
that's right.
So I can only imagine everybody else who's trying to come up and comments just putting everybody down. And they out there putting everybody down. Literally. And I just need everybody to know that it's fake. Like, you need to believe in yourself and trust in your plan, trust in God, trust in your man, because like these out there lying. And they think this is not coming back to them, so they just spewing hatred on the internet. Like, God got that he got that locked in on your shit. That shit locked in on your shit. It was like, God, how'd I do? He said, didn't you write these comments? you helped the nigga hate himself, didn't you? And your ass, you cooked too. Just
alright, let's get to the story.
I thought you was about
I'm going to make a beat for NBA Youngboy. We're going to Output's new plugin co-producer, play your beat.
She's about to tell that story about that gave us our food, bro.
Bro, this at Kendrick concert literally had, like, bro. All right, so we was walking, we was going to get some food. We was hungry as hell too, chat. And this dude, like, he knew who he was. He was like, oh, RDC. And he dapped us up. And he was like, hey, no, y'all don't even worry about the line, bro. I got y'all, big bro. I was like, I bet. Like, usually somebody say they got you. Usually fans, they go back there, talk to their people, and they hook you up with some food or something. So I thought that's what he was doing. But then, he started walking around, and he went to the back, and I was like,
that was sketchy.
It was sketchy how he was moving, but he worked there.
Sketchy.
And I said, oh, like, this is weird. So we just looking at him, and he came back. He said, "Hey, bro, just toss."
That nigga just stole the food. He stole the food from his work. That's crazy. That's what it gotta be, bro. That's what it gotta be.
30, big bro. I said, huh? What? I thought you was hooking us up. But like we was on. Because man, you weren't there. And
not a joke.
Hold on, listen. Let me finish. He said, just toss me 30, big bro. I said.
What? But he listed everything that he was about to give us.
He said it at the end though. Like, I already told him the full order, and I was like, wait, you don't work back there in the back? Because he wasn't working at that spot, And he went back there prepared, like got the food, but he was doing it awkwardly. He was walking around laughing, and he was like, ha ha. They was like, what are you doing back here? This is not your area.
I got y'all right after I put this ice up. So we said, huh?
That's like the ice up. Ice up. But anyway, so we watching him like, cause he.
Bro, the goddamn bellhop, the goddamn busboy done went into the kitchen, put them niggas some ribs and rib tips and some mac and cheese and collard greens and shit into a bowl, and then brought that shit out and said, "This cost me 30, big bruh."
We watching him get the food. I was like, I guess he do work here, like he do. And then as he was doing it, like before he came back, Leland got the $30, went back there. I was like, this is too sketchy, bro. Like we are okay with paying at the front, but what are you doing?
We was already in the line.
But he's like, I'm a fan, bro. Let me do it. I'm like, bro, all right, bro. So then after he go back there, a lady come out and she said, "Be honest, did you pay for this at the kiosk?" Bro, first of all, she said it to Leland. Crazy. And I didn't realize what was going on. I said, what'd you say? Oh. She said, "Be honest." Leland froze. He did not say nothing.
Come on, Leland. I said, because though, listen.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
So she said, "Be honest, did you buy this at the kiosk?" I'm sitting there, Leland's sitting there, he look at me, I'm looking like, cause my girl there too, they all looking at me, I'm like, oh, so me to come with a story. I didn't want to get the dude fired, so I said
exactly.
So this is what I said. I said, my homie bought this. That's what I said. My homie bought this, and she said from the kiosk. I said, I don't know. My homie bought it, and then she said, which homie? I said, it's like 8 of us.
It's like 8 of us.
To the bathroom, and she said, "I," and she walked off, and then the dude came out. The dude came back.
The nigga came
back,
back,
and then he said, "This nigga gonna say." "Hey, bro, can I get that pic? I can get that pic." I said, "Yeah, bro, you can get a pic, bro." I said, "But were you supposed to do this, bro?" Because the lady just came over here and asked. He said, "Who? Which lady?" I said, "Her over there." He said, "Oh."
What you say?
What you say? I said, I told her my homie bought.
W mans, obviously. W mans. I'm finding a flaw in this nigga Mark though. That Mark just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put myself at risk for other niggas' mistakes." I'm snitching. Be like, that nigga right there, him. First off, that's why I don't get myself into shit. Soon as somebody be like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to hook you up," don't want to hook up. Soon as a nigga be like, "Hey, bro, I got this cracked," I don't want shit cracked. Pause.
What do you
I
mean?
don't want no fake plugins. I don't want nothing. I want everything legit, bro. I feel it, but hell no, bro. If I can't buy it myself, then I can't do it. And I don't want no hookup. Then when you get more famous, you get bigger, you get endorsements. That's different. I'm definitely, hey, Honey Dutch hit me up. We got a lot to talk about. Miller High Life, you done seen a couple of these. I could be the first streamer. It's the High Life. I even got a song, bro. It's the High Life. So let's take a ride.
He said, yeah, appreciate that. I said, bro, you better not get a pic or you gonna get fired. He said, you know what? I shouldn't get a pic. You right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get back to work. I said, nigga, what did you do all this for?
Nigga, risking his life, bro.
What did you do all this for? Just because you don't have to do all this.
That whole interaction was sketchy in a bit. What y'all was doing?
What did you do all that for?
That don't make sense.
If you watching it in the stream, because he said he was a big fan, don't do that. Like, we were walking to the front, y'all, so y'all got to understand, he caught us in the middle and just hit us with the, "Hey, boy, I got y'all, don't even worry about it." And it was like, all right,
no. Especially if he didn't look like he owned the place. If he looked like the owner, again, that's an endorsement. See? Smart. I was gonna say if you a college football player, I'm so old that shit is probably legal now. Back in my day, nigga couldn't get 10 tacos from his football coach. Suspension. Especially if you wasn't a good nigga. First off, your coach not bringing you no tacos because you suck. But if you one of the good players, guess what? They find out, you're out of here, buddy. Suspension.
Didn't have to.
That happens so much. Like you just like, oh, bet. I got like usually like we go out, we give tips and shit. We helping all the time. So like he just said, all right, got y'all. But like I didn't know it was gonna be some sketchy shit. The sketchy shit happened. I said, bro, you leave me out.
That
of
nigga.
shit.
That nigga, what did you say? Like
Leave
nigga,
me
what?
out.
Bro, Lee, I didn't know he said
What'd you
that,
say,
dog.
Straight?
Yes, bro. Then Jay told that his boss came and asked, and nigga said, "Bro, what did y'all say?"
I said, bro, I told him my homie bought the food. He said, bro, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Can I get that pic?
what-
I said, bro, don't
You
get
need
a
to
pic.
leave. You need to get the
She's
fuck
still
out of here.
staring at us, by the way. So she's still staring at us from the back, by the way, like from far away. You're fired.
What do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
definitely fired.
Summer savings are here at Going Gone by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Definitely fired.
Save big at Going Gone.
And see, that's why you don't fuck with niggas like that.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person.
That was fired.
You need you.
And that's
you
not
dead
on
ass,
us.
You need to go.
Before you go turn on the TikTok and say RDC got you fired, dog, nigga, you got you fired.
That's
You
insane,
got you
bro.
fired, nigga. Don't even do it. This shit is
video
crazy.
gonna come out. Video gonna come out next week. My side of the chicken tender story.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's see what else.
Do nothing for us. To be honest, you dead ass don't have to do nothing for us. We are working young men. We can pay for our meals, man. First of all, and when he said throw me 30, I turned around. I said,
That's not how you.
nigga, that's the same price.
I ain't
Talking
see
about when I
that.
went to go get the drink. And I was
Yeah, we could not find you, bro.
No, when we couldn't find him was when.
Oh, you talking
what's
about
called?
with the tickets?
No, with the phone, bro. That shit pissed me off.
Yeah.
Y'all,
No,
I
that
gave
nigga, bro.
Ippy my phone, bro, to get our other friend in, and this nigga we need the phone to go to the floor and watch the concert. No,
Let him tell the story. Let him tell the story.
We need the phone. I gave him my phone so he can go get our friend that was outside. So we're sitting in the food place waiting for Ippy. This nigga on the floor listening to the Kendrick concert. We missed the first 3 songs. He dead ass recording. He recording out there with my phone in hand, knowing we can't make it to the seats without the phone. And he not answering no call.
No calls.
There's no way.
No. Oh shit. So what happened? When I got down there, I ran down there
This
because I was
nigga
like,
Mark
show's
just got
about
a
to start. I
green
can't hold these
screen
guys.
right there.
Get
Like,
to
what
me.
the fuck's going
I
on?
thought because we saw a big crowd of people moving to the other way, so I was like, okay, they're probably in this crowd. And so I was like, I waited at the end at the entrance of the tunnel, and I was like, oh shit, let me see where these niggas at. They ain't nowhere to be found. Dez is calling. I can't hear Dez. The music is going crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, let me ask you something,
for 2
chat.
seconds. I pulled on my phone
If
for
somebody
2 seconds.
calling you and you got the other person's phone and the tickets and you on the floor
You
talking about
have
it's
to
going
answer.
crazy, that means we're not in, nigga. That means we somewhere waiting for you.
But
Nah,
look,
low-key,
hey,
that
you
wasn't
listen,
good. Oh, shit.
I ran around, and y'all had already got to y'all seats. Y'all were at the seats
What?
before I got there. Cause I had ran around
Wait.
like twice to go look
Wait,
for
so
y'all.
you see me calling you though?
Nigga, we talked on the phone. We were trying to, and I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you gotta get your 30, Des.
Get
Dog, This nigga chill, yeah, bro. This
You
nigga
gotta,
chill, bro.
yeah, you gotta get your 30 with that nigga.
He not understanding, bro.
He make it seem like it was.
Nigga said sketchy fan ran a lick on RDC. That's some of the most. Hey, Dream Gang, shout you out. But that is some clickbait if I ever seen it. That's all I'm gonna say.